cocoa in a kitchen. Because I myself know that anytime you do something right, that you're supposed to be rewarded for well goodness and Archo Cocoa Sage. But if you do something good and you get punished for it instead, then you a victim of something that you can't defend against. And you a victim of something that's over your head. And so when I got to the point where I couldn't continue on in the journey of the mission that I was set on, I had to stop. And when I stopped, nobody else was there at the time. Nobody cared and nobody understood how much or the full extent of what I was dealing with or facing. But I kept going on the road and kept making these recordings anytime I had a break, anytime I had to stop, anytime I could do something different. And I make these and I told the world every time on Twitter.com for every year, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and then I stopped because I got in a position where I couldn't get out of, and I could not live life royally the way I've been doing in the trucking industry because that's the only thing I know. And so when I finished trucking, I went home to Valdosta, and I didn't stay, but I must. And so that's the way things went for me because I myself knew instantly that anytime I'm doing what I should do, I get rewarded with a check or some type of good thing because that's what you deserve when you do what's right. And so I followed the law all the way to Keiko's compete, and I didn't care about nothing else. And that's the only thing I did. Then I went to sleep, and then I ate food, lunch, and then I go to sleep, then I do my job, and then that's it. So after I finished, I was finished, and I had no idea that something like this could happen in a matter of months. And that's why I'm here. Because at the time, I thought it was unheard of, an outlandish supernova. And I never thought that I'd be the one that was a victim to this extent, this much. But I was. And since it's me, I can't tell nobody else anything else except help. Because help is all I needed. But if they doing things in a way I never before lived with, never saw, witnessed, or experienced, then I'm in a position so bad that I can't even mention it to nobody, not even the police. And it's the worst pain ever because I've been here so long that nobody else really did anything more for me. But I tried my best to keep myself holy and humble no matter what because that's my ways. But I didn't do anything that I shouldn't do the whole time. Over time, I learned how to adapt and how to adjust to the circumstances, but I didn't do anything different besides truck driving. And that was my only main occupation and my source of entertainment and anything else that I was able to do. So every time I talk to the police or talk to a professional civilian entity, I told them the same thing every time. If I stay here, if I don't start, I die. Because I never was outside of a truck. And so now that I'm outside of a truck, I need all the help that I can get in every which way. And that's it. Well, if they make it to the point where nobody can care, then I'm talking to myself. And that was the main thing I was saying. But I got to the point where I was able to hear, and that was it. Because help needed mean a heck of a lot more than rap. But rap was the thing I needed to do in order to get to this point in my journey, or any other type of journey, or anywhere else after that, for that matter. Because without rap, then nobody cared. But if I couldn't do it on the road, then I would not have ever got out the position that I was in. Because people did things uncommonly in order to put me in a position uncommon for the nature and the law of the land and the generation. And since it's uncommon and unnatural for the law, then it's unnatural for me to say anything else about it according to whatever factors that they put into the position. And since they changed things up for me, then I had to change things up to put myself back in the right place. Because if I ain't in the right place, then I have no hope of speaking and no hope of any solitary contingent. And that's the only way that truck driving can go. And so that's what it was, my career and occupation. I ain't get paid for songs, but I got paid for driving and miles on the road. But I could do rap in my spare time for fun. And so I ended up turning it into that because I must. But I didn't say I wanted to. I was forced to. Because these people that was doing this to my life didn't care about anything except their own dreams, visions, and ambitions. But I myself wasn't the person who should have been in a place where nobody else could have been. And that was it. So I prayed and asked hope and Haley Judge, and that was it. But if they prepare me and put me up with other people, then that is not my goal and my penetratio. But I ask y'all hope and hellish, because I can't fight something that I wasn't purposed in my journey of life, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Excuse me, JJ, but I am not the person who was assigned to those tasks, if you know what I'm saying. If somebody died in a gun battle, I'm not the one who was chosen for that gun battle. So I can't do the things that they would do and the things that they had said. But if they making a way to compare me above all Chan Reg, then that's something I got nothing else I can say or do or got anything else to do but a bullet to the head. Because I ain't the one that should be there. And that's what I mean when I said I can rap though in a different way than those who they familiar with. And that's the only thing I can tell you. The talent I got is universal, but I ain't doing it for the same reasons that they would ever, because their interests and the things they started on differ dramatically and majestically. So I'm not in the same place they were, but I will help myself if I can in the best way I can do it, and that was it. But I ain't tell nobody else that I was finished with anything else. But when I got to the point where nobody else could help, I left, and that was it. And so that's the end of me and the game of the journey. But I always ask God hope and Marjorie every time I get in the road and I crank up that truck and I go on anywhere else. But for me to be here weird, I had all my luggage stolen in the last couple months. This is the first time it happened to me in this way, and it was this clear. For me to return back to a place the police told me to put my luggage, and I came back and it was gone, everything. It's the worst pain for me because I left and I didn't expect anything to happen because it never did, never has happened. But this time was different. So when I left my luggage, came back to nothing, and that's the end of the word on the century. Because I couldn't get any help, no hope, or no high road jokes. And I asked hope and guys with against me. And my voice ain't red joke, man, but I can rap very well with the Mississippi. And I like the Tissippi and the telltale cell with the Mississippi and the fail tale trail tails on the Kinstapy and Kale cell. Like, it's easy for me, but not for most. And I'm the same person that's in this position and in predicament. And so I ain't got nothing to do with no daddy figures. I ain't got nothing to do with no mommy gristings. All I will say is that as a man, I did the things the U.S. Constitution said I can do, and then I left, and that was it. But if they followed me and did things to me in a heaven light, then I can't defend myself against it for anybody. But if I'm still talking and preaching a soil Kanajo coast, then it's because I had to and I must have done it because it was needed. But everything that I said was Santa Bejo, and anybody I lost, I asked God help for not Joe seen it. Because not one person that I didn't see was there, and I had no idea that it was a such thing as Pinnapad Layo Rosi and Tanoko East Red J. And I had no idea that these things existed in human life in any which way. And since I didn't know that this was possible in the first place, for me to lose a job because of it is the greatest terror ever known to humanity. And the terror is so deep and intense that a man can't even recover from it if he tried to. And he can't even sit there and ask anybody to try to help him because they already don't know or do know before he get a chance to tell them. Before he get a chance to tell them, I'm sorry, joking. Yeah, before he even get a chance to tell them. And so, yeah, I switch up my words on the Chonoko, y'all, for an injury. Because if I slip up my words, it's a reason. But I ain't tell my Joe is, sir. And I'm finished with it. Because I ain't got nothing else to do. I can't. And that's all I can really say. But if they made it like that, then I'm dead. But not really. And that's the end of the Choco word, Joey. All right, now. Yeah, and that's it, yeah. Oh.